Welcome to About Mansfield. It is your audio newspaper. I'm Steve Casillo, broadcasting from the Somark studio, along with the About Mansfield news team. Colleen Daniels, she's out there in Studio Northwest, and this is the December 17th, 2025 301st edition, the final episode of 2025. Coming up, it's Mansfield News, Talk, and Information.
And a little later in the episode, you will have a chance to win a $25 gift card to a Mansfield restaurant of your choice with our Mansfield Trivia Question, courtesy of Joe Jenkins Insurance.
Let's take a look at the stories we're covering this week.
Mansfield Mission Center to relocate headquarters to West Broad Street.
Methodist Mansfield to host free sports medicine conference.
Storage facility fire quickly contained at Walnut Creek Country Club.
And in sports, attention turns to MISD basketball.
And in the talk segment, Steve concludes the year with an in-studio interview with Mansfield City Manager Joe Smolinski. We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. This is About Mansfield.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool Hand, Cool Hand, Cool Hand, where excellence is still cool.
Looking for a night out that's anything but ordinary? Step into Vault Seafood and Steakhouse, Mansfield's premier upscale dining experience. Savor perfectly aged steaks, fresh seafood, and handcrafted cocktails, all served in a stunning atmosphere. Want more? Enjoy private dining rooms and a cigar lounge for that extra touch of luxury. Vault delivers exceptional flavor in a one-of-a-kind atmosphere. Located at Matlock and Country Club, Vault Seafood and Steakhouse. Unforgettable nights. Unmatched taste.
Hi, I'm Washima Huck, Executive Director of Texas Trust Gives Foundation, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield. This portion of the news is brought to you by Vault Seafood and Steakhouse. The Mansfield Mission Center is growing here in Mansfield. As you may know, they have 3 locations. Their headquarters are on Regency Parkway. The Mansfield Thrift Store is on East Broad Street. You've got the Linda Nix Center, the medical center, out there on West Broad Street. Well, you know what? They got together and they said, how about we consolidate and put this all together into one location? And with us in the studio to talk about some big changes to the Mansfield Mission Center is the Director of Development, Stacia Miller. Welcome back to About Mansfield.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you having me on.
You're taking all 3 and you're putting them all together.
Absolutely. So the city of Mansfield owns a location where our thrift store is. They're at the corner of Broad and Walnut Creek. And they have plans to redevelop that land. So we are needing to find another location. For those that are listening that don't know, the thrift store provides half the funding that we in turn use to help families right here in the Mansfield ISD area. So that's about 95 square miles where all of our Mansfield kids and families live, with food, with medical care, like you said, right. But then also with free clothing and shoes and things like that from the store. So as we started looking, it was time to move, obviously, and what a better time to put everything in one place, remove barriers for families that are in need and needing our services. That way, instead of having to go, like you said, to 3 places, they can come to one and receive all the services they need.
Where is the new location going to be? Now, to the listeners, they haven't even broken ground on this yet, but so it's coming. Where is this new location going to be at?
Yeah, so we're all going to be at the 901 West Broad location where the Linda Nix Clinic is currently located. So the clinic is in great shape, and we're not going to change anything to that building, but we'll have a building built beside that will go along Broad Street. It'll be really easy to get into, 2 ways to get in and out. A circle drive, just like you're used to right now at the store with a drop-off place. And the good news is you can drop off everything from from food to items for the store, things for the clinic in one place. Same great receiving team will be there to greet you and to help get things out of your car for you.
That's right, because right now, if I wanted to donate food, I'd have to go to Regency Parkway. But if I wanted to donate clothes or an old stereo or something, I'd have to go to East Broad Street to the thrift store.
And if things get donated to a different location, then our staff is back and forth in between all three locations, ping-ponging every day. So it's win-win all the way around. And even for our volunteers, maybe first-time volunteers have experienced this where you think, oh, well, I'm going to go work at the store and help volunteer, and you happen to come to the Regency location and realize, well, that's where the food market is. We'll alleviate that confusion as well.
Okay. Now, right now, you're currently sharing space with the YMCA.
We are.
Are they looking forward to the extra space?
Well, I was just sharing earlier today that the YMCA uses our space every day, at least once a day, Monday through Friday. They are growing at the seams. It is so exciting to see the great work the YMCA is doing. And so they are going to be buying us out of our share of the rest of the building, which will be money that we put towards the cost of the building, covering that cost. And we couldn't be more excited to be able to see them grow and continue to be a partner with them.
Part of, you mentioned part of the money is coming from YMCA to help with the new building, but it doesn't cover everything.
No.
And that's actually one of the reasons why you're here today is because you're here. You've kicked off a 3-year capital campaign.
Yes.
Tell the listeners how they can get involved.
Absolutely. So our campaign's called If You Only Knew. And we are wanting people to know that if you knew the impact that you could make from someone who just gives a one-time donation that you might feel is not a significant amount, to the monthly donors, to our businesses and corporations that are either headquartered or have a great presence here in Mansfield. We are just laying this out and inviting our community to come together to help support this campaign, to see our programs grow. So it's a one campaign, so it can cover the support of the growth of the programs. It can support the building itself and help establish us as our city continues to grow in the next years to be able to meet the need of our growing Mansfield community.
Describe your ideal donor.
Oh, everyone's an ideal donor. Steve, you, me, could be, we're in this amazing Cellmark building, could be someone from Cellmark, could be someone from another local business, another local group. Maybe you have an organization or you're part of a philanthropy group. We have so many amazing groups here that raise money and give to great causes. We have 2 great hospitals here. So really it's anybody from an individual, like I said, all the way through to our corporations. We want everybody to have a way to be a part of this because Mansfield Mission Center is here for the whole city. Right. Whether it's you individually, maybe you've been benefited by the Mission Center and what we offer, or maybe you have a family member or a friend, or you might encounter someone. I just had a conversation on Saturday with someone who encountered someone and they said, how can we get them in connection with the Mission Center so they can receive services? So it's here for all, and we want everyone to join in to help us make this a reality so that we can continue to serve our families in Mansfield.
So whether it's a $5 donation from an individual to a $5 million from a corporate, it's all ideal.
It's all ideal.
How can people donate to the Mansfield Mission Center? Now, I know how to donate to the thrift store. I know how to donate to the food center. But if I want to write a check that is going to go to the expansion of the Mansfield Mission Center out there at 901 West Broad Street, how do I donate to the Mission Center?
Well, they can reach out to me. By email is the easiest way. So it's Stacia M. at mansfieldmission.org. So that's STACIAM at mansfieldmission.org, and we can get them connected with a portal to set up, whether it's a one-time donation or a pledge that goes over the 3 years, or maybe there's other things that you want to donate. Maybe you have stocks or bonds. Maybe you have securities or property or things like that you want to donate for the benefit of the Mission Center.
A portion of a trust fund.
Absolutely. A DAF donation from a donor advised fund, a distribution from from an IRA,
Yeah.
so that you're not having the tax burdens of some of the different things that maybe you have in your portfolio. We're open to having those conversations with you. I'd love to have a meeting just to sit down and see where you are and how we can partner together.
Stacia M. at mansfieldmission.org and STACIAM at mansfieldmission.org is your email address.
That's my email.
Is there anything that you want to conclude with, any information that the listener should know?
I am so thankful for the city approval that we've received for Nationwide Construction and all the work that they've done. And we've gotten our building permit filed. We're excited about groundbreaking that hopefully will be coming early in 2026. So thankful for our community who has stepped up this fall, helped us meet the needs of so many families. Our growth from 2024 to 2025 has just been amazing, and yet we've been able to meet every family's need right when they've come to us, and that's because of the support of our Mansfield community. And we don't take a minute of that for granted. And so we're thankful for all of the people that have supported and all of those that will continue to support us.
You had mentioned before we started recording that your numbers are up almost 30% from last year.
Yes, sir.
In terms of people needing services and goods from the Mission Center.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
And I would assume now that we're in the holiday season, you also see a spike.
True, we do. We don't have our December numbers yet, as
Right.
the month is not over yet, but we obviously anticipate those are going to continue to grow. And headed into 2026, we just want to be in a position to be able to have the resources available for the needs of those that come to us. And if that's an end of the year gift at this point in time, or if that's starting on our campaign with us in any way, shape, or form, we're just so thankful for people that come alongside and partner and support us.
And the people that come to you looking for support are those that really cannot afford traditional medical care, whether it's paying their utility bill or clothing.
Yes.
They don't have the funds to even go to the grocery store.
Yes. And our team does a great job when we do an intake meeting with a family. We're talking to them about their resources that they do have available, or maybe the lack thereof. So we want people to know that there is a vetting process that comes through. It's done with love and compassion, but there's guidelines there.
Sure.
But as we meet families and individuals, we understand that things like not having enough money to put food on a table, that's a symptom. That's not a root cause. And so we want to be able to meet them at their deeper needs. So maybe that's helping them get started with some of our other programs that are going to, like you said, help with utility assistance, help with clothing, things of that nature. Or maybe it's even coming alongside of letting them work with us on our new workshop that we're going to have, and one-to-one assistance with helping them find employment, or some of the other things that we even do nutrition classes for those that maybe they're not able to be at work full-time because they struggle with health issues, and they're coming to the medical clinic because they can't afford medical insurance, or the premiums that maybe their company has are a little too high for them. But what they need is a healthier lifestyle so that they're healthier more days out of the year than they're sick.
Right.
So whatever we can do to come alongside and meet the true needs in a compassion and loving way, that's what we want to do.
People helping people.
That's right.
It's the Mansfield Mission Center. That's what they do. Director of Development, Stacia Miller. Again, if you want to reach out to her specifically by email, Stacia M at mansfieldmission.org, STACIAM at mansfieldmission.org. 3-year campaign.
That's right.
And that should be paid. That should be enough to pay off the building?
It will do more than just the building. So the 3-year campaign includes 3 years of programming. So it's going to allow us to ramp up what we are able to do right now, build out programs that we really are passionate about, and be able to expand those programs as we expand our reach and those that we're serving. Again, if it's just 30% this year, that growth is going to continue. We want to be positioned for that. So it's a $7.5 million campaign, which would cover the building, 3 years of programming, and $1 million endowment that would just stabilize and allow us to have solid financial funding through the decades to come.
Well, you know, Mansfield loves to give.
And we're so thankful for that.
Thanks for being on About Mansfield.
Thank you, Steve. I appreciate it.
Mansfield Fire Department crews responded Sunday morning to a structure fire at a storage facility on the Walnut Creek Country Club golf course near Old Dominion Place. Firefighters made a rapid, aggressive attack and quickly brought the fire under control, preventing it from spreading. The fire was extinguished without incident, and no injuries were reported. Officials say no nearby structures were threatened. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. The Arlington Fire Department assisted on scene with hazmat support. Updates will be provided if additional information becomes available.
Methodist Mansfield Medical Center will host a sports medicine virtual conference on Wednesday, January 7th from 6 to 8 p.m. The conference is open to coaches, athletic trainers, sports medicine professionals, parents, and student athletes, or anyone seeking continuing education units. The conference comes with options to attend in person or online. Topics will include mental performance, sports nutrition, and injury prevention and recovery. Scheduled speakers include Methodist Sports Medicine Board Certified Dr. Sean Garf, former Olympic trials and world champions track athlete Tony McCullough, sports dietitian who has worked with multiple professional and collegiate teams Amy Goodson, and Mansfield ISD Strength and Conditioning Coordinator Shane Trotter. Organizers say the conference will focus on evidence-based practices to support athletic performance, recovery, and overall wellness. The in-person event will be held at the MISD Center for the Performing Arts on West Debbie Lane in Mansfield. A Zoom option is available for those unable to attend in person. The event is free, but registration is required. Registration details are available on the Methodist Health System website. Enter Mansfield Sports Conference in the search bar. And speaking of sports, we'll talk hoops because sports is next.
Hungry for bold flavor and a good time? Head on over to El Primo's to enjoy sizzling fajitas and their signature blue margarita. Enjoy weekend live entertainment and let the kids run wild with an outdoor play area and arcade. Planning a party? Multiple private rooms are available, including the all-new Parrot's Nest to make your event a success. Food, fun, and flavor for the whole family at El Primo's. Visit elprimos.net and bring your appetite. Located at Matlock and Country Club. El Primo's, where the locals go.
Mansfield Plumbing, Electrical, Heating, and Air is a family-owned local service provider with over 20 years of experience. Servicing Mansfield and surrounding areas, we offer expert plumbing, electrical, heating, and air solutions focused on quality workmanship, customer satisfaction, fair pricing, and guaranteed results for homes and businesses.
Call 817-473-8888. Mansfield Plumbing's never second rate.
In sports, boys and girls basketball is in full swing in Mansfield ISD. Taking a look at the boys basketball, Summit is the big dog in the district with a 10-4 record right now and ranked 37th in the state. All 5 high schools are maintaining a winning record for the boys so far. Timberview at 13-2, Lake Ridge at 12-3, your Mansfield Tigers 11-3, and Legacy is at 10-9. Let's head on over to the girls' side of the court. Lake Ridge is dominating the hardwood with a 10-3 record, with Legacy at 9-8. Summit an even 6-6, your Mansfield Lady Tigers 9-6, and Timberview is 3-9. Many of the games so far this season for both the boys and the girls have been played against out-of-district teams in area tournaments. In-district play starts this week with plenty of action between now and the regular season finale in mid-February. We will focus on those games when we return from the holiday break. Elsewhere in sports, Legacy High School head football coach Jeff Hume is stepping down to become the defensive coordinator at Eastern New Mexico University. The move was confirmed Friday afternoon and first reported by Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Hume is scheduled to begin his new role on January 5th. He will join the staff of Eastern New Mexico head coach Art Briles, who was hired back in November. Hume previously played for Briles at Georgetown High School and has credited that experience as influential in his coaching career. The Eastern New Mexico position marks Briles' first head coaching job since his dismissal from Baylor in 2016. Hume's tenure in Mansfield ISD spanned over 2 periods. His first arrival in 2008 as Mansfield High's head coach before leaving in 2016 to take the same position at Waco Midway. He returned to the district in 2021 as Legacy's head coach, compiling a 14-37 record over 4 seasons. Mansfield ISD has not yet announced plans for the Legacy head coaching vacancy. And that, my friends, is a look at sports. This coming Sunday, December 21st, is National Crossword Puzzle Day, the one holiday where you can celebrate by realizing that you don't actually know how to spell anything without your phone judging you. Crosswords are basically a pop quiz written by someone who hates you personally. Let's talk about the confidence gap. Monday's New York Times puzzle, you're a genius. By Thursday, you're in a staring contest with a blank square. Crosswords also reveal who you are as a person. Optimists write in ink. Realists use a pencil. And the rest of us, we use eraser holes in the paper until the answer becomes therapy. So Sunday, celebrate the crossword. The only place where being stuck is the whole point, and yet somehow still relaxing. Before we go to break, a reminder again that this is the final episode of 2025. So if you don't hear from us in a couple of weeks, it's because everyone is taking a little time off to spend with loved ones for the holiday. And by the way, if you are a business owner, we would love for you to consider adding About Mansfield into your advertising or marketing budget for 2026. Help keep our lights on and show our great community that you care about keeping news alive in Mansfield. You can reach out to us through our website contact page at aboutmansfield.com.
Coming up after the break, we turn the page to the features section.
I'm Angel Biasatti. Is it bad to eat late at night? We'll be talking about it next in Methodist Mansfield News to Know.
We'll talk with a charitable foundation executive director in 40 Under 40.
In this week's Cocktail of the Week, it's bold, it's flirtatious, and it tastes like the color burgundy was distilled into liquid form.
We are Mansfield's only source for news, talk, and information. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
This portion of the news was brought to you by El Primo's, where the locals go.
Hey there, it's Luke from Cool Hand Electric. Are you tired of dealing with plugs or lights that just won't cooperate? Well, don't fret. Give us a call. Worried about power outages or surges damaging your precious electronics? We've got you covered. Whether it's a whole house generator or surge protection, our solution-oriented Cool Hands are ready to tailor the perfect option that suits your needs and budget. At Cool Hand Electric, excellence is still cool.
Cool hand, cool hand, cool hand, where excellence is still cool.
At Methodist Mansfield Medical Center, we've been caring for our home team for over 15 years. Today, you'll find award-winning physicians on the medical staff, advanced neurosurgery, a Level 3 trauma center, critical care for newborns, and comprehensive orthopedic care. Methodist Mansfield, delivering the care our friends, neighbors, and home team depend on. That's community, and why so many people trust Methodist.
Congratulations to our latest trivia winner, Josh Wilson, who knew that the 2 Mansfield Star Center hockey rinks are named the Hatcher Rink and the Morrow Rink in honor of former Dallas Stars captains Darian Hatcher and Brendan Morrow. When we come back, this week's trivia question. I'm Colleen Daniel, and this is About Mansfield.
Hi, this is Joe Jenkins with Joe Jenkins Farmers Insurance, specializing in auto, home, commercial, and life insurance. I was born and raised here in Mansfield, Texas. We're active in the community, and Mansfield's a town we really care about. Our office has over 30 years' experience in the insurance industry, and we're passionate about what we do and about customer service. For a free quote, please visit our website at joejenkinsinsurance.com or give us a call at 817-472-6058. Once again, that website is joejenkinsinsurance.com.
It is time right now for the highly coveted, wildly popular About Mansfield Trivia Question. If you are the first person to email the correct answer to trivia@aboutmansfield.com, you will receive a $25 gift card to a Mansfield area restaurant of your choice. It's brought to you by Joe Jenkins Insurance. Whether you're looking for homeowners, auto, commercial, or any other type of insurance, Joe has helped Mansfield area residents understand the insurance coverage that best fit their needs since 2010. You can find him on the internet at joejenkinsinsurance.com. Colleen, it's your turn.
Well, Steve, this year-ending trivia exercise is quite simple. Be the first to send an email wishing the entire About Mansfield news team a Merry Christmas. While you're at it, include a short paragraph about what you like about the podcast to trivia@aboutmansfield.com. Again, be the first to send an email wishing the entire About Mansfield news team a Merry Christmas, along with a short paragraph about what you like about the podcast. That's trivia@aboutmansfield.com. Good luck, and thanks to Joe Jenkins Insurance for the gift card.
And by the way, Colleen, just a quick note for our listeners. Starting in 2026, when we come back from the holiday break, the weekly trivia question is moving away from the podcast and will be found every Wednesday on the About Mansfield Facebook page. This move will give our online followers a chance to win some of the gift cards, too.
Hi, I'm Mansfield ISD Chief of Police, Greg Minter, and you're listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to About Mansfield, your audio newspaper. Let's open up the features section. Angel Biasatti is here to answer the age-old question, is it bad to eat late at night? In Methodist Mansfield, News to Know. Angel?
We're digging into a question everyone might wonder about. Is it bad to eat late at night? A large national survey found that almost 60% of adults in the U.S. regularly eat after 9 p.m. So if you're a nighttime snacker, you are not alone. But what does the research say? Let's take a closer look. Our bodies are designed to be active and process food during the day. At night, we naturally wind down. Our metabolism slows, and our system, our body, prepares for rest. When we eat late, especially close to bedtime, we interrupt that natural rhythm. Several studies have shown that eating within about 3 hours of going to bed can make heartburn and acid reflux worse. There's also evidence that eating 1 to 3 hours before bedtime can lead to more disruptive sleep. Late night eating has also been linked to changes in weight and metabolic health. In one study of nearly 900 adults, people who ate at least 100 calories within 2 hours of bedtime were far more likely to be overweight or living with obesity. Other studies include work from Sweden and Japan found similar patterns. And a study from Britain found that people who regularly snacked after 9 p.m. had higher blood sugars and larger spikes in fats and sugars after daytime meals compared to people who did not snack late. This is important because high blood sugars over time can raise the risk for diabetes. Now, it's important to say this. Not all these studies prove that nighttime eating causes weight gain or health problems. Other things like genetics, exercise, or sleep can play a role, but studies done in controlled lab settings give us some helpful clues. In one trial, researchers had people follow 2 different eating schedules. Same calories, same food. One schedule had dinner early. The other pushed everything back by 4 hours. When people ate later, they felt hungry throughout the day. Their fullness hormones were lower. Their hunger hormones were higher, and they burned fewer calories. This suggests that late eating may make it easier to gain weight over time, even when calories stay the same. There's also something interesting about carbohydrates at night. Because melatonin raises in the evening to help us sleep, it slows insulin, our blood sugar regulator. So when we eat carbs later in the day, our bodies do not manage them as efficiently, which can lead to bigger blood sugar spikes. Over long periods, that pattern can affect our blood vessels and increase the risk for high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. So what can we do? Experts recommend trying to avoid eating 3 to 4 hours before bedtime when possible. It gives your body time to digest and may improve sleep and reduce reflux. If you're a shift worker or your schedule does not allow for early meals, think about keeping your largest meals between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. if you can. And if you do need to eat later because you're hungry, your blood sugar runs low, or you do not get enough earlier in the day, smaller, simple options are best. Plain yogurt with fruit, vegetables with hummus, almond butter on whole grain toast. These are just a few that are gentle on digestion, offer real nutrition, and will not spike your blood sugar the way high-fat or high-sugar snacks might. Timing your meals can feel like a juggling act. You do not want to go to bed right after a big dinner, but you also don't want to lie awake hungry. The key is finding a routine that works for your body, supports your sleep, and keeps you feeling your best. I'm Angel Biasatti, reporting for the About Mansfield podcast.
The Mansfield Business Alliance has released their 40 under 40 list. Now, these are 40 people, all either at the age or under the age of 40. This is the next generation of leaders here in Mansfield, and one of those 40 under 40 is here in the studio today. She is the executive director of the Texas Trust Gives Foundation, the charitable arm of Texas Trust Credit Union. She leads community grants, scholarships, volunteer programs that empower North Texans through financial empowerment and leveling the playing field. She's a UTA grad with an MBA from UNT, and check this out. She went to Mansfield ISD schools all the way. We'll get into that. Not only is she a Mansfield 40 under 40, but she's also been recognized among Arlington's 40 under 40, and she's been honored with the Rising Star Award for her leadership and impact in the community. Washima Huck.
Yes.
Welcome to About Mansfield.
Thank you.
Okay, first of all, we got this pink thing going on.
We have this whole Barbie moment going for us, right? Love that.
Tell me what you went through the entire MISD district from kindergarten?
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you go to school? And let's start with elementary school and on the way up.
I went to Glen Harmon Elementary, and then I went to Cross Timbers.
Cross Timbers.
Right. Yeah.
Sure.
Cross Timbers. And then I went to TA Howard for 1 year. I was the first group to go to Coble when it opened, and then Summit. So that was the journey.
Summit High School.
And Ben Barber. I have to give them a shout out as well.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you study at Ben Barber? Was because they do specific.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I did. Can you guess?
Finance.
No. Business
Law.
management.
No.
Business management.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, marketing, business management.
Well, that was close. Finance.
Pretty close.
Okay.
Yeah. People assume I do have a finance background because I work for a credit union.
Mm-hmm.
I have never touched money at the credit union. I give it away. So I'm not there to count it, but I'm there to help people with it. Okay. So yeah, I think Ben Barber is where that journey of leadership and helping people and all of that started. So I'm forever grateful.
And then from Summit, you went to UTA.
Uh-huh.
And your major was?
Business management.
Business management. Okay. Which then leads into the MBA at UNT.
At UNT in marketing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Tell me about the foundation. I didn't even know that Texas Trust had a foundation, and you're out just giving money away.
I feel like Oprah. I really do sometimes.
You get $1. You get a dollar.
You get a grant, and you get a grant, and you get toys. Yeah, it's great. So yes, we are the charitable arm for the credit union. Our leadership and our board has always invested in the communities. And so we were doing a lot of philanthropic giving prior to the foundation, but it just made sense to streamline our giving. So we do employee giving. Our employees even give back from their paycheck, their volunteer time. And it's just rewarding to be able to support the community that shaped me to who I am today.
Yeah. Okay. And how long has the foundation been going on?
So the foundation was established right before COVID. I was doing a public relations type role, and then I got promoted after COVID. So I've been able to help build the foundation from scratch since 2022.
You are a Mansfield 40 of 40, 40 under 40. And so you were named Arlington's 40 under 40 probably before Mansfield?
I was a part of the inaugural class for both Arlington and Mansfield, 40 under 40. So that's very special.
Okay. Tell me what that means to you.
Oh my gosh. When I was growing up, we didn't have these programs. I mean, they're relatively new, right? And I didn't imagine ever being worthy of something like this. You just don't know where your life is going to take off and what journey or path you're going to go on. So it's really great that our communities are looking at the young generation, the future pipeline, and encouraging us, and there to support us. So it means a lot. I mean, it's validation that I must be doing something right.
There you go.
But it's not just about the recognition. It's about being a part of a community that is so empowering and uplifting. And I think both cohorts of 40 under 40 has such amazing talent that you can learn from that can help you grow, because we're still trying to figure things out in life.
Sure. You studied business management, not only in high school, but in college and all the way into your MBA. Did you think when you were growing up, when Washima was in elementary school, did you know back then that you were going to be a leader in the community?
Absolutely not. I have moments even today where I'm like, how am I doing any of this? It felt like a dream. We always have this dream where we're going to be in board meetings and do really cool things, but I just didn't think that would be a reality for me. So that's why I'm so grateful. And I don't take a single day for granted. And I want to make sure that I'm able to pay it forward and pay it back. But no, I absolutely did not think that I'd be doing this. I mean, being a philanthropist for a living, that is something I wanted to do as like a humanitarian on my own. But getting paid to do what I do, it's so surreal.
Let's talk about the single day. What is a typical day for Washima Huck?
That doesn't exist. No 2 days look the same.
Okay.
I mean, I think the one common thing is that anytime I go into a room, I am approached by people who are genuinely so grateful for what we're doing. That is the common thing every single day. But no 2 days look the same. I mean, there are days where I am in my office, like doing admin work. There are days I'm going to events. There are days we're having board meetings, we're making grant awards or scholarship awards and having events to celebrate that. So that's like the fun part, where I don't think I can ever go back to an 8 to 5 sitting at the desk job ever again. This job has made me so versatile. And believe it or not, I used to be an introvert. Nobody believes that, but I used to be an introvert. It taught me how to turn it on and turn it off.
Sure.
But I think, like just being able to be there for people and giving back is the common denominator across the days.
Can you tell me a story of where you gave a grant or you handed someone a check and you go, wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's where the response was overwhelming. Something where you go, wow, this was better than I thought it was going to be.
I have a few examples, so I'll give you two actually. Okay. One of them, it's with DeSoto ISD. They have a financial literacy curriculum that they created because of our grants. And that is so important to teach the kids from a young age how to be financially responsible. So when I was in school, I was not excited about financial literacy. It's not really fun to talk about it.
No.
I go into a school where they're being rewarded for the work they did all year around, and I was taken back by, oh my God, like we're in board meetings looking at applications. It's kind of black and white. You hope for the best and you give them an award. But to be received by little kids, elementary school kids that are so excited about budgeting, I'm like, oh my gosh. And, it was an area that was, I think it was a Title I school. So it's an underprivileged area. And to know that we're helping build a brighter financial future for them, that just, is forever going to stick with me. But I have grants that empower like high school students, learn how to be professionals and get ready for the career, the workforce. And I think the ones that are really special to me is doing anything with Mansfield ISD.
Oh, yeah.
Or with, UTA. So I got to be a part of scholarship pledge signings.
Mm-hmm.
And when I did one with Dr. Cowley, she was brand new. I got in my car and I cried. I was like, I'm a product of scholarships, and to be able to facilitate like $100,000 award. Also because the award went to engineering and not business. So that was a part of why I was crying. But no, jokes apart, those are the moments that are super surreal. And I'm just fortunate that the colleges I went to, the school districts I went to, they all opened their doors. They want to have that relationship. They want to have an active alumni.
But seriously, does UTA's engineering department really need the money?
I mean, I don't know if I want to answer that question.
They've got a brand new building. It's probably the highest tech building on campus. And okay. So, by the way, I got to mention, you are the first Washima I've ever met.
You're not the first person to say that.
Tell me the origin of your name.
So the origin of my name is Arabic.
Okay.
And you are not the first person to say that to me. However, I have looked up. There are other Washimas out there. I think there's someone who's like a artist or a singer.
Mm-hmm.
So she has like a Spotify page. It's pretty cool. I'm not that talented.
So like a Selena or a Cher.
Sure.
It's a one person. My name
is
Washima, and I'm a...
She doesn't have to worry about the complicated last name situation. Yeah.
Let's go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
You're now standing in front of 10-year-old Washima.
Yeah.
And a little fourth grade elementary school Washima.
Uh-huh.
Knowing what you know now, what advice would you give 10-year-old Washima?
Oh my gosh. I would tell her that you just don't know what's ahead. And believe in yourself, and also be near people who believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also tell her, because I think Washima in the past, present, and I'm sure in the future, she overthinks. She thinks about everything and she tries to have a solution. But I think it's to trust the process and have faith, because we try to know what's going to happen. And I think that if we knew that information, we'd find comfort in knowledge and not our relationship with God. And I'm a woman of faith. And so I would say that believe in God, have faith, because God has dreams for you that you can't even imagine. So just hang in there. You're going to be fine.
There you go. We like to conclude these interviews with what's called an open mic.
Uh-huh.
And now you've already shouted out Uncle Andy.
Yes.
But your opportunity to give any thanks, any shout outs, any, if you want to go into a motivational minute or something, it's entirely up to you. And if you want to shout out anyone specific, go and ahead and shout right into, you don't have to shout, right into that camera right there. Washima Huck, the microphone.
Got it.
The microphone is yours.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for having me here
Absolutely.
once again. I would like to shout out my family, my parents. I have amazing parents who empower me to do my best every day, and they never hold me back. But also everybody who's ever taken a chance on me, whether it was a teacher in Mansfield ISD or a professor in college, one of my mentors, or a leader in the community. Thank you for believing in me. And that empowers me to believe in other people. That is the example I want to be. And like you had mentioned, we have a new class of 40 under 40 underway. So I would advise young professionals to pay it forward. Take a minute to nominate someone. It's never too early to spread knowledge or resources and empower the next generation of leaders. So I think it's our opportunity to be like those mentors who've taken a chance on us. So take a chance on your peers and take a moment to nominate somebody for 40 under 40.
Speaking of nominations, do you know who nominated you?
I do know who nominated me.
Have you?
And I don't know if she wants it to be public, but I'll go ahead.
That's okay.
and thank her. So Joanna Cardoza. So it was a secret.
Joanna.
She didn't tell me, right? So I get this nomination and I asked her, I'm like, do you know who nominated me? And she's like, I didn't want you to know, but it was me. So Joanna, I love you. Thank you so much for nominating me.
Okay. Joanna, she owes you dinner.
I totally owe you dinner. She and I traveled to Peru together. We serve on the board for the YMCA, and we have traveled together to another continent. So love her. Thank you.
Washima Huck. Mm-hmm. Congratulations, 40 under 40.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure having you on About Mansfield.
Awesome. It was great talking to you.
Shaken or stirred, you know it's going to be good, as Brian Certain serves up a drink that is as dramatic as it is drinkable in this week's Cocktail of the Week. Brian?
This cocktail is not here to play it cool. It shows up in a deep red dress. It demands an aux cord and turns your quiet holiday evening into a scene from a perfume ad. Welcome back to the Cocktail of the Week, where our Mistletoe and Martini series continues with a drink that's as dramatic as it is drinkable. This week's cocktail is the Pomegranate Velvet Martini. This one's perfect for candlelight dinners, dress-up nights, or sipping solo while watching snow fall like you're the star of your favorite Netflix holiday movie, only with a better soundtrack. Ingredients: 1.5 ounces of vodka, or vanilla vodka if you want smooth, extra twist. 1 ounce of pomegranate juice, unsweetened preferred. A 1/2 ounce of orange liqueur like Cointreau or Grand Marnier, or my personal Texas favorite is Paula's. Then a 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. You can adjust that to your palate. And then a 1/4 ounce of fresh lemon juice. You're going to garnish with a sugared rosemary sprig, a pomegranate arils, or a red sugar rim. Instructions on how to make the cocktail. You're going to rim the chilled martini glass with red sanding sugar or coarse sugar for visual flair. In the shaker filled with ice, add the vodka, the pomegranate juice, the orange liqueur, the lemon juice, and simple syrup. Shake until thoroughly chilled, about 15 to 20 seconds, and then strain into your prepared martini glass. Then you can garnish with a sprig of sugared rosemary or a few seeds of pomegranate, or both. You do you. This martini walks the line between tart and sweet with a luscious texture and a color that practically glows. The orange liqueur adds citrus warmth while the lemon keeps it lifted and bright. A little trivia for you. Pomegranates have been the symbol of love, rebirth, and abundance for thousands of years, from ancient Persia to Greek mythology. In cocktail culture, their juice has surged in popularity thanks to both flavor and presentation. The rich jewel tones make almost any drink instantly look luxurious. No cranberry sauce required here. You want to really level it up? Sub a splash of sparkling rosé for a Velvet Royale variation. But as always, I'm open to hear your take and your input. You can reach me at brian@bourbongospel.com. And until next week, as Mark Twain said, too much of anything is bad, but too much whiskey is barely enough. Reporting for the About Mansfield podcast, I'm Brian Certain. And you're still not.
We're back in 60 seconds with the conclusion of Steve's year-end interview with Mansfield City Manager Joe Smolinski.
Imagine a city where innovation knows no bounds, where dreams take flight, and the future unfolds before your very eyes. Welcome to Mansfield, a beacon of growth and a testament to vision. In the heart of Mansfield, a remarkable transformation is underway. But it's not just about the physical landscape. It's about the spirit that drives us forward, a spirit of collaboration that bridges cultures, a spirit of entrepreneurship that fuels prosperity, and a spirit of community that binds us as one. Mansfield is more than just a place. It's a canvas where diversity paints the picture of progress. From art festivals that ignite creativity to tech hubs that redefine boundaries, this city celebrates every voice, every passion. Mansfield, where growth knows no limits and the vision is limitless. Brought to you by the unstoppable spirit of the Mansfield Economic Development Corporation.
I'm Mansfield Police Chief Tracy Aaron, and you are listening to About Mansfield.
Welcome back to another segment of About Mansfield. I'm Steve Casillo as we make the transition from news to talk. And in the studio today, he closed out our episode, our year episode last year, the last episode of 2024. So I ran into him about a month ago, and I said, how would you like to make this an annual tradition where you close out the year every year on About Mansfield? And he said, sure, why not? So to close out the year, City Manager Joe Smolinski, welcome back to About Mansfield.
Thank you for having me, Steve. I appreciate it.
It's good to have you here. What does Christmas look like in a typical Christmas in the Smolinski family household?
Oh, well, my original family, my larger family is all from up north. They're from the Boston area.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. I was born in Arlington. I'm a Texan through and through, but even my younger brother and sister were both born in Boston. So we're pretty scattered out as far as extended family goes. But sister, brother, father, everyone else is really close. So we tend to get together for the holidays. It's a pretty tight nucleus, but it's a lot of fun.
You have grown kids.
Three grown kids. So Austin and Justin, my two boys, they're oldest and youngest. And then I've got a daughter named Shelby who's right there nestled in the middle.
Anyone still living at home?
Justin just got out of the Army. So he's back with us, and he's getting ready to get out on his own. Let's hope that happens sooner than later. I love him, don't get me wrong. But you asked what Christmas looks like at the Smolinski household. So, but yeah, my daughter's very close, and then my oldest, Austin, actually lives in Key West.
Oh, nice.
But he made it home for Thanksgiving. He'll make it home again for Christmas.
Oh, I think I'd be going out to Key West for any time I could.
We will be making plenty of trips out there to see him this summer.
You mentioned Army, and this was actually one of the questions that I was going to bring up because it was brought to me by someone on the city council to ask you, Army-Navy game, who's going to win?
I'm going to say Army.
And why would someone bring that question to me to ask to you?
I'm guessing it's somebody who prefers that the Navy wins.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know their military background, but
the mayor is a naval officer, was a naval officer, so no doubt that question came from him or that comment came from him. So we razz each other a little bit, as most service members do.
Yeah.
We're very fond of one another, but it's kind of a running joke. Where
go Army, beat Navy.
Go Army, beat Navy. That's right.
There you go. Should we get into the serious stuff?
Let's do it.
All right. First of all, what would you consider to be right now Mansfield's biggest infrastructure priority? And is that priority going to be the biggest priority over the next 5 years?
I would say we have two major priorities here. Our residents have spoken very loudly, very clearly that they want us to look at mitigating some of the traffic and congestion issues. Mm-hmm. And we've been very cognizant of that, and we've allocated a number of new resources to working on traffic and infrastructure and stuff like that, roadways in particular. So that will be an ongoing theme throughout the next 5 to 10 year CIP, Capital Improvement Program. So please know that we're well on top of that. Second, and I think the largest project that we have right now and our biggest need is to make sure that our treatment plant capacity is adequate to meet our growing city needs.
For water?
For water.
Okay.
Water treatment in particular. So the Bud Irvin Water Treatment Plant will currently produce up to 45 million gallons of water per day. And the final expansion of that water treatment plant will bring it to a capacity of about 62.5 million gallons a day.
Okay. So about another 50%.
Yeah, it's in the 33, something like that percent increase, and 33, 35, something like that.
I wasn't very good at math, so I don't which is something that most people don't notice that water comes out of the tap. They may or may not know it comes from the Bud Irvin Water Treatment Plant.
Correct.
But expansions to we were talking about this before we started recording. Expansions to the non-sexy things in town, people don't really notice that happen, but they're important.
They're critical. They're not just important; they're absolutely critical. One thing that you'll never hear a Mansfield resident or business have to say is, "I want to make sure: are we going to have enough water to meet our needs as we grow?" Mm-hmm. That answer is yes. And we work very hard behind the scenes, day and night, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, to make sure that those needs are met. And we do that without fail. The men and women that are in the utility division in particular, work around the clock. Treatment plant is staffed 24 hours a day. They work very hard to make sure that the needs of our community are met day in and day out.
And you've got water towers, which are specifically placed around the city that take care of the different areas of town. The one thing I've noticed when I took a tour of the water plant, there are no water pumps around town. That the water in the tower creates the pressure that comes out of your faucet.
That's correct. So water towers are placed strategically around town. What we do is at the water treatment plant, you pump water out and you fill those towers via pressure in the lines that are subsurface. So fill the water towers, and that maintains pressure in the system. As people use water, those tower levels start to drop a little bit, and you kick on an extra pump. Make sure you have plenty of pressure out there to take a shower, run your sprinkler system, whatever it might be.
Current projects, we got Geyer Commons is opening soon.
Oh, we're really excited about Geyer Commons. Matter of fact, we've got a bunch of projects that are just right there on the precipice of opening. Geyer Commons being one of them. Newly renovated Rose Park. We're really excited about that one as well. The relocated fire station number 1. You expect that in the first quarter of 26.
Right.
Let's see, the stadium. You can expect that in April, May time frame. Animal shelter, new expansion of the Chris Burkett Service Center, and really looking forward to the Veterans Memorial opening up as well. So there are a lot of projects. Many of those aren't sexy, to use your terminology.
Okay.
They aren't sexy, but they're absolutely critical to the success of a city.
And so as people come to town in June of next year for World Cup, and they are going to be visiting the Mansfield Stadium because presumably there will be an international team as using that as their base camp. We're preparing Mansfield to be nice and shiny for when they arrive.
Of course, I would say first and foremost, we make sure it's shiny for our own residents, right? But yeah, you want to make sure that when the World Cup hits North Texas, and it's going to hit North Texas, that Mansfield is on the short list for one of the base camps for a team. A team has to select you. We found out who all the teams were that are in our bracket up here in North Texas, so that's good. But yeah, you want to make sure that your town is ready to accept them, to host this other nation, whatever nation that might be. And you want to make sure that they come in, they spend their tax dollars to the benefit of the residents and businesses here in Mansfield.
Then they leave.
And then they leave.
If you had a wish, which team would you love to see practice out of the Mansfield Stadium?
Maybe Argentina.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Is that Messi's team, right?
Yeah, I'm a Messi fan.
Okay. I was thinking Jordan because they have a lot of money in Jordan. They'll come in, they'll spend a lot of money, and then
soccer fans are notorious for traveling the world to support their team. I think no matter what team we end up with, I think we'll be in good shape.
How is the city balancing population growth with housing affordability?
Okay, so you're going to jump into some difficult questions.
Why not? That's why I'm the host.
Why not? I'd say the average home in Mansfield is right around $350,000. Mm-hmm. Maybe a little more than that now. Average median household income somewhere between $117 and $120 when I last looked at the census. And those numbers are compatible with one another. That average household income and that property value. But when you look at the new homes that are being built, you're talking about $650 to $850, even upwards of $1 million, for the new stuff that's being built in Mansfield.
Right.
That's a little out of the price range of the average household median income that we have today. So what we've been cognizant of and what we've been trying to do is to make sure that we're looking at all different types of housing. Now, that doesn't mean multifamily. Multifamily is not a silver bullet here. That's not what I'm talking about.
Joe, why do we keep getting apartments here and they keep popping up everywhere? So, or at least that's what I keep reading on social media.
Right. But we're working on some smaller lots, some infill development, townhomes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That people will often refer to it as density, but what it really is there's smaller lots that are more affordable, and we're trying to balance that. Make sure that the folks that live here have an opportunity to move up into a larger home, that there's housing stock here for the existing residents that are meeting a transition in their life. Incomes are starting to go up, empty nesting, stuff like that.
Right.
But we've been very cognizant of that. I think the council's done a fantastic job. Most of what we're seeing came out of a bunch of public meetings we had, invited the public out to tell us, what do you want? And contrary to what people might think, is people came out and said, yeah, we want some of these smaller lot infill developments. We want that stuff. So when the 2040 master plan was developed, it was done with a lot of input from the community. Now there are people that still want, 1 acre, $1 million, 1 acre lots, $1 million homes, and that's great. And we're not taking that away from anybody. Matter of fact, developers are still talking about doing some of that stuff. But we want to make sure we got a wide range of selection. The market will do what the market's going to do.
Right.
But we just want to make sure people have housing options, that Mansfield families have the ability to choose from a multitude of options that are available to them.
The 1 acre lots would tend to be now more on the outskirts of Mansfield.
That's correct.
As Mansfield is, and density is not a bad word. It's not a bad thing. To have a thrivable downtown needs walkability, needs densibility.
Sure.
And so it's great. I'd love to have 2 or 3 acres. I used to have an acre when I lived in California. Well, and it was great. But as you say, you get older, you start to downsize, you empty nest.
Sure.
That I can see that.
And we want to make sure you don't leave Mansfield. So we want to make sure there are options out there for you as life happens.
What excites you the most? Which project? You mentioned Geyer Commons and the stadium and the new city hall, and you have yet to mention renovation of downtown and the park system. What excites you the most about Mansfield?
Our park system.
Yeah.
I spend a lot of time working on development in general, but we're really proud of the park system. We think that's what we know after a lot of feedback from the public. One of the reasons people move here, they move here for the school district, they move here for the park system. Linear trail system has been remarkably popular with our residents. We hear that year after year in citizen satisfaction surveys and stuff like that. And this past year we added a 100-acre nature preserve to our park system. So really, really proud of that. I'm proud of the effort that we've made to preserve open space, even in the midst of being a pretty fast-growing city.
Another one of the achievements then is what's going on at Rose Park, and with you've got the grand reopening coming up at the end of this week. We had communications manager Ann Beck on last week talking about what is going on at Rose Park, and do you want to brag about it?
Rose Park's amazing. Now I'm gonna tell you a joke that I've told at the State of the City address a couple times.
Is it a dad joke?
It is kind of a dad joke.
Okay.
So they've really put their stamp on the park system with this one. It's a unique regional park. I mean, people will come out to visit this park. It's really unique. It's got a number of features that I think people are going to be drawn to. One is this enormous 2.5 or 3-story squirrel that they've got out there. It's a
Walnut.
slide. Named Walnut. That's right. They named him Walnut. But you can climb on up, get into his mouth, and shoot on out his backside.
Yeah. That's
and I think kids are going to find that hilarious.
Yep.
So we're really excited about that. I'm really, really excited to see how the residents use the new park and how much they enjoy it. Park system does a fantastic job, and I'm really proud of them.
That, as Ann was telling me last week, it's close to 100,000 square feet of just playground.
Mm-hmm.
And I was asking her, can you think of a store in Mansfield that has a footprint of 100,000 square feet to give people a visual? Turns out the new HEB.
That's a good reference point. Yeah.
And for those who have never been to the new HEB, it's massive. And to think that that's the size of just the playground, it's something like 98,000 square feet. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's remarkable.
And that opens up Friday the 19th.
Yes.
At 11 a.m.
At 11 a.m. Come on out.
I'll be there.
It'll be crowded. Don't worry.
I
If
bet.
you can't get in there when it's crowded, it's okay. It'll be open the next day.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
How as Mansfield grows, I always see again on social media the commiseration of I miss the small town. How can Mansfieldians who have been here for 30, 40, 50 years still connect with the old town Mansfield as it grows around them?
I think that's a tough question too, but I'll take it in pieces.
Okay.
I think one, you need a council and a staff and organization that's committed to preserving Mansfield. We've had some strategic property acquisitions that recently in the last year, 2 years, that we've made specifically with that goal in mind. Geyer Commons is a great example.
Mm-hmm.
When we did the land swap with the school district, city hall, all that stuff. Did that in part to make sure that we could preserve the historic high school and the rock gym and recreate some of the historic structures from around town that for one reason or another fell into a state of disrepair or are no longer there, recreate those out at Geyer Commons. We've got the dog park and Man House Museum out there. We're looking at last night at a council meeting. Do we need to say that? We
That's
need to
fine.
edit that. It's out at the dog park and the Man House Museum where we've just acquired property adjacent to it in which we can expand into that. And that will be, an expansion of the dog park, but also an expansion of the historic structures in that little kind of like a historic town, village that we'll move out there. So efforts are being made to do that. The revitalization of historic downtown, I think, is another thing you can look at. Downtown is one of those things that belongs to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that we're working on projects that benefit downtown and the property owners that are down there, specifically the small businesses that rely on people coming downtown to stay in business. But more than that, to preserve a little bit of the city's heritage and history. I want to make sure that we do that. Another thing I would say is change is coming. When you look at the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in general, I want to say DFW, greater DFW area, there's somewhere around 8.3 million people or something like that. DFW area is larger than 38 states.
Wow.
It's more populous than 38 states in the nation. So if you think about that, and Texas is a popular place to come, DFW is a popular place in Texas to come, and we are right on that southern edge of the Metroplex bubble. So population is coming, growth is coming. People have property rights and they have zoning entitlements and stuff like that. And when they want to develop or sell their property, they can. So that development is coming. I'd say this isn't a decision that this administration or council or even previous ones in recent history made. The day we decided to put water and sewer lines in the ground and put a major highway through town, we decided to be a city.
Okay.
Yeah.
And in preparing for the city and its growth comes the MIC.
Yes. Yeah, it's an exciting project as well. It's a great economic development project. We're really excited about that. It'll be at I guess that's the northwest corner of Regency.
Oh, yeah. We can
Heritage.
walk there from here.
Yeah, exactly. I passed it coming in here.
Right over the bridge.
Really excited. That's under construction. The site work's already begun. That's going to be great. And corporate office here in town. Got a couple of announcements we're not ready to make just yet. They're signing the final leases and all that, but we're really, really excited about that. I think it's going to add some educational opportunities and some employment opportunities to Mansfield that we haven't had previously.
As the city manager, what keeps you up at night?
Look, honestly, it's not the development stuff. It's none of that. It's, we're a growing city.
Yeah.
And with that comes a demand for service that we haven't seen before. Something I want to point out to you. I brought some statistics with me, if some numbers, if that's okay, I'd like to share with you.
Sure.
Just last year alone, the police department had over 102,000 total responses. 102,000 of those.
These are phone calls to?
It's a combination of officer-initiated incidents, now contacts or something they called out of service for, or calls in from the community. About 3/4 of that is officer initiated, which is great. You got Chief Aaron. I don't know if you ever had Chief Aaron on here before.
Yeah, he's been on a few times. Yeah,
a few times. Fantastic. He's a fantastic chief, and he's got an incredible team that he leads. Mm-hmm. And they're actually out hitting the streets, and they're out initiating stuff themselves. So that keeps me up a little bit at night. And also, I would say I'd mention the fire department as well. They had 8,500 calls for service.
8,500.
Yeah,
okay.
year to date, 8,500 calls for service. 6,200 of those are for medical assistance. So I worry about that stuff. I worry about not just the residents of Mansfield, but I worry about the men and women that are serving this community. So those are the things that when your phone rings late at night, you think, okay, where's my family? Is everybody safe? I want to make sure that. And my thoughts go to those folks that are working 24 hours a day, around the clock, making sure that our residents are safe. That's where my mind goes.
When you're sitting there watching the Army-Navy game and you hear a siren outside, you get a little edgy. What's going on out there?
You always wonder.
Yeah?
You always wonder.
My boys are at work.
Yeah, you can hear them at work. You can quite literally hear them when they're going to a call.
That's very presumptuous that I said boys are at work. The men and women of
You're right.
the red and blue are at work.
Yep, both departments, men and women.
You also had some other notable achievements that you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I want to brag on some of the departments that we've got around the city. I'm in here doing the interview, but to be honest with you, it's the men and women that are out there doing the work that really deserve any credit or anything like that. So I want to share some of these things with you. Last night, we were recognized by the National Association of Town Watch as having one of the best national night out events in the country. We ranked number 4 in the state of Texas, which is incredible, but number 14 in the nation. So our police and fire departments get out there, city council gets out there, mixes in with the neighborhoods, goes to HOAs and community meetings, stuff like that.
Every first Tuesday in October.
Exactly. Yeah. So they do that, and that I'm really proud of all the folks that do that. Consumer Affairs ranked Mansfield the number 6 best Texas city to move to this year.
You're right.
Also the number 11 safest city in Texas. And then U.S. News ranked Mansfield the number 9 best place to live in Texas. So we're doing well. No matter what you hear online, we hear a lot of criticism online, and really I think that criticism comes as a result of that 5% of the stuff that people see.
Right.
It's the 95% of that dirty work that happens behind, in a squad car, in an ambulance, at a treatment plant, in a park, all of that kind of stuff that people tend to take for granted. We all do. We live in a society where we can turn the tap on and flush the toilet, and if it doesn't happen, it's a catastrophic event for us, right?
So it's the 95% of the city that the people don't see.
Yeah.
That keeps it running.
Absolutely.
But it's that 5% that gets all of the attention.
Yeah. It's incumbent upon us to flip that narrative. We've got to make sure that people are aware of the hardworking men and women that serve the community. I need to do a better job of that myself. That's going to be my New Year's resolution too.
You have an open mic. You can do it right now if you want.
Look,
not that I'm putting you on the spot.
No. Look, we have some of the best team members in this organization that I've ever had the privilege of working with. I was in the Army for 8 years, hence go Army, beat Navy, right? But and I had some great leaders, and I had some great team members. But this city is filled with men and women that really are dedicated to serving the residents and businesses of this city, and I couldn't be more proud of them. Couldn't be more honored to be their city manager. And I'm really, really excited about what's coming in 2026.
How many people are employed by the city of Mansfield?
All in all, when you talk about seasonal employees and you talk about part-time employees, it takes about 638 people to make this city run.
Not the largest employer.
We are not the largest employer. Largest employer is a school district, and the second, I believe, is Mauser Electronics. But we're a very large employer in the
Top
city
5.
as well. Yeah.
And they all fall under you. I mean, when it comes down to the family tree, if you will.
We try to invert that, and say my job is to provide support to all those, to the chiefs, to the assistant city managers, the deputy city manager, and all of our executive directors. My job is to provide them with the support they need to do their job, because it's not me out there in the squad car. It's not me out there making sure that the linear trail is taken care of.
Right. But you did all that. You came up. We talked about this last year. You came up through the water department and utilities department. You have already put your time in the field.
I had the privilege of starting my career here at the Bud Irvin Water Treatment Plant. As a matter of fact, I started as an overnight weekend operator trainee at the water treatment plant. That's a miserable shift to be on, but it's one that I learned was absolutely critical to the city's success, and I was glad to do that. Came up through utilities, was given the opportunity to become a deputy city manager and support public works and planning and development, and then city council tapped me on the shoulder to be the city manager in 2020. So we're going into year 6.
What's your ideal Saturday night look like here in Mansfield?
I have a couple of go-to spots. Yeah. My wife and I enjoy a good steak. So we'll either hit the Vault or we'll hit Meehan's for a good steak. But ideally, what it is it's with family and it's out around town. We try to spend as much of our weekend here in Mansfield as possible. We've got a lot of great businesses around town. I want to make sure we support them. And my family loves the city of Mansfield. So,
what's the one Mansfield thing someone who doesn't live in Mansfield should see?
Oh, gosh. I really think they should come and enjoy some of our historic downtown. If you want to get a flavor for what a city's really like, go to the historic downtown.
Okay,
that's where the city came from. That'd be a great idea. I think.
If Mansfield had an official city sandwich, what would it be?
I don't know, man. I'm a steak sandwich guy.
Steak sandwich.
I'm a steak sandwich guy. And I think that Texas heritage, you got to have some steak in there. Whether it's even if it's a shaved roast beef sandwich or something like that.
Or a good ribeye steak.
Or a good
sandwich.
ribeye,
Shaved ribeye. Even a hoagie has ribeye.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Carnivore, for sure.
If you had to camp overnight in any Mansfield park, what would it be? Even though we know that there is no camping in any Mansfield park.
That's correct. Let's make sure we make that clear to everybody.
Yes, the disclaimer goes out there. Yeah. If you were allowed to camp overnight in one of the many Mansfield parks, what would it be?
The 100 acres that we purchased this past year out on West Broad. It's north of Broad, about half a mile north of Broad Street. 100 acres, be a nature preserve, really proud of that. That's probably where I would like to go, either that or Oliver Nature Park.
Which one project in Mansfield would you be most proud to brag about to any other city manager anywhere in the country? The one project in Mansfield.
A simple one. It'd be Geyer Commons.
Geyer Commons.
It'd be a simple one for me.
Okay.
I'm a real fan of preserving structures. I think that's something we need to be mindful of as we move forward and grow. But I love the fact that it's more than just historical preservation. It's also about small business incubation. It's about community gathering spaces. It's literally about bringing neighbors out and getting to know one another, getting to meet people you might not otherwise ever have the chance to meet. I'm really excited about that project. It's certainly one that we will show off to other city managers when they come here for a visit.
And right now, phase 1 is the one that's about to open in January.
It is. That's the cottage market.
Right. But phase 2 is still.
We'll get started on that one in 2026. Information to come soon on that one, but we're excited about that. I think the community will really love phase 2. And
if Mansfield had the personality of a movie character, which character would it be?
Depends on the day. What would you say?
For some reason, Clint Eastwood came to mind. But then I thought, in his latter years.
That's on Mondays.
Yeah, okay.
It's on Monday.
But in his latter years, he played really grumpy roles, and I'm not sure Mansfield as a city is characterized as grumpy.
No, I don't think they are at all. I think they're all really – so let's think of characters that would be
but in terms of historic, he is a classic historic actor that I was it immediately came to mind.
I can see that.
Mansfield's not a Dirty Harry, but it's not what the character he played in Gran Torino, but he is a good, classic, solid actor.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That or Samuel L. Jackson.
There's a trend here.
Yeah, Joe, we like to finish the interview with what's called an open mic, and I kind of led you that way earlier, but if you want to take this moment to give any shout outs or thanks or Joe's motivational minute or wish our audience a Merry Christmas, what have you, the microphone is yours.
Well, yeah, I would definitely want to say to you, thank you for extending an offer to come out here and talk to the public today. I always appreciate it. I'm grateful to you for that.
Well, I look forward to doing it again next year.
Let's do it.
Okay.
But yeah, I would want the message I would hope to deliver today is to the families and people around Mansfield that I would want them to know that we love and care for them, and we serve. We come to public service for a reason. We believe that everyone deserves a fair shot and a safe community and all of that, and We've assembled a fantastic team here that cares about them, and we want to make sure that they know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do have one other quote. It's my favorite quote. I like to use it all the time.
Do it.
Gratitude is a currency you can mint for yourself and spend without fear of bankruptcy. So take some time. This is after Thanksgiving that we're meeting, but it's a good message for the holiday season.
I'm going to have to reprocess that again. Say it again.
Gratitude is a currency you can mint for yourself and spend without fear of bankruptcy. So empty the tank.
Did you coin that phrase or
no? Fred DeWitt Van Amberg is the one that quote is attributed to.
Merry Christmas to the Smolinski family and to the Mansfield family. And again, thank you for continuing this tradition of being on the year-end show, and we'll see you in 2026.
Thank you for having me. Merry Christmas.
A reminder once again that this is the final episode for 2026. We are taking a couple of well-deserved weeks off for the holidays. About Mansfield will be back Wednesday, January 7th. In the meantime, this is the place where you will hear the latest Mansfield news, talk, and information. Until then, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, engage, connect, amplify, elevate, celebrate, embrace, explore, share, love, or support this podcast if you haven't already so you never miss an episode. It's free and it's easy. Head on over to our website, aboutmansfield.com. Enter your email address right there on the homepage. We will never, ever, 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 ever send you any spam. We promise.
About Mansfield is recorded at Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio. Hosts Steve Casillo and Colleen Daniel. Moment with the Mayor, Michael Evans. Methodist Mansfield News to Know, Angel Biasatti. Cultural Arts Calendar, Tim Roberts. Cocktail of the Week, Brian Certain. Post-production editing, mixing, and mastering, Steve Casillo and Andrew Miner.
This podcast is copyrighted by Podcast Mansfield Recording Studio and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this podcast without prior written consent is strictly prohibited. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and the happiest of New Year's to you and your loved ones. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm Steve Casillo, and this is About Mansfield.